The second you overthink, you've absolutely lost. My name is Patrick Thomason. I'm the CEO and founder of networkfounders.com and Flow Founders, or a client acquisition business. I'm going to get in today's video about why the second you start overthinking, you've lost the race. And I'm going to take you guys back a year to when I started. A few years ago, I was starting to read all these books and I was starting to enter the entrepreneurial space. I didn't realize that business is essentially driving a car without any headlights in the dark. And so the best way I tell, a lot of my clients in this journey is the fact that it's like, when you used to play Minecraft, a lot of people get this reference. You used to play Minecraft and you would get into creative mode and you would like fly through the world and stuff, and the blocks wouldn't render very quickly because you could only see a few blocks ahead of you and it was kind of laggy and not everything would render as fast. That's exactly what it's like. You don't know what's ahead of you and you have to get comfortable with the ability of being uncomfortable because the situations are not going to line up with your ideal process of what this thing is supposed to look like. You're essentially like, you have tunnel vision. You can't see anybody around you. You're in your own lane, and then you're getting sidetracked. So it's kind of like bad, if that's how you want to look at it. Back when I started with web design, with blogging, I got into blogging a few years ago, and I thought that was the gold mine. But then I realized people have been blogging since 1991 or whatever. So I picked a business model. You have to take action. If I didn't do blogging, it would have not led me to web design. If I didn't do web design, it would have not led me to affiliate marketing. And then from affiliate marketing to the high ticket space. And then from the high ticket space into the online acquisition space, which is where I'm at right now. The second you overthink about, oh, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? You've lost. It's not a matter of if this is going to work. This journey is going to work for you. Entrepreneurship is made so it weeds out people that aren't meant to be entrepreneurs. The entire process is who can stick with it the longest, take the most shots, have the target on their back, and then come out on top. And then the next day they say, well, I'm just going to hit it again. This is why most entrepreneurs are borderline sociopaths, because they don't understand when to stop. Now, I'm not saying all you guys are sociopaths, and I'm not saying I am, but I'm just kidding. Look, the thing with this is that you have to get uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. Every single beginner that I talk to, they say, where do I start? What do I do? Where's the best avenue? You have to pick it on your own. I am not your entrepreneur. I'm not your business owner. I'm not your dad. I'm not your mom. I'm not your billion-dollar husband who's going to throw you a bunch of money. You have to start on this journey alone. That's what it takes. And I love how entrepreneurship weeds out people who aren't that serious. A lot of people will say, yeah, I started an e-com store and it failed, dropship, I didn't make any money off it, and then I just quit. I'm glad you quit, because it's not even meant for you to begin with. If you think you can just come into the space, get out on top, play with the big dogs, and then win, you're a fool. You're an absolute fool. People are not going to see 98% of the work that you're putting in behind the scenes. And that is something you're going to have to live with. Another thing you have to live with is constant rejection. When I started in the high ticket sales space, nobody took me seriously. When I started posting YouTube videos, nobody took me seriously. I now have people in my DMs asking, how do I start? How do I do this? How do you deal with XYZ? How do you show up every single day? Because I'm consistent and I block out everything else. Now, a downside to that is when you start overthinking, you've lost. What that means is the second you think if this is going to work, you've lost. Your mindset was fixed and now it's an iffy mindset. Your mindset has remained, this is going to work. This business model is going to work. This business model is going to work. Because guess what? If the business model doesn't work, it's going to redirect you into another business model that is better suited for you. So either way, it's a win. There's no failures here. It's only winning. So when people ask me, how do I do this? Figure it out on your own. These are all things that you have to do on your own. So many people think that this is going to be an easy ride for you. It's not. It's going to be probably the most awkward, annoying, and excruciating process you will have to go through. But that is something that you have to willingly take on every single day. Other people that get their heads thrown in the sand by other people, just quit. You're being weeded out. This is the game of persistence. This is the game of consistency. You look at guys who are at the top right now in the high ticket space, in the selling space, like sales coaches, whatever. Andy Elliott, crapped on. For years he got crapped on YouTube. I think it was from like 2014, 2018, crapped on. Nobody watched his YouTube videos. Everybody clowned him. He looked like a goofball in front of the camera. And guess what? He's now dominating. He's the #1 fastest growing salesman in the world or something like that. You will get crapped on, but stop overthinking it. You will probably get scammed once in the online course industry or something like that. Like, I don't want to wish that on anybody, but the statistical chances of you joining a program, putting down money, and not getting the desired result that you got, and being overpromised and under-delivered is excruciatingly high, especially in today's day and age. That will happen. Nobody will take you seriously. Your family will probably say, why are you doing this? It's not going anywhere. And they will be right for the time being. But then there will be a time to when they're not right. And so now it's a matter of, will you stick with this until that time comes? Or will you quit this because the time is happening? You make the choice. You're the entrepreneur. I get so many questions every single day. Why am I overthinking? Why am I doing this? Pick a direction. Go. Stop talking about it. Take action. You're watching these pointless YouTube videos and you know exactly what you have to do. If you can't take step 1, you'll never be at step 10. And you'll never be driving that nice car that you want to drive. So that being said, take the action. Stop overthinking. The second you overthink, you've lost. Let go of all of your insecurities because this journey is going to expose them all. I promise you. Get comfortable in front of the camera, pick an avenue, and just freaking go.